part of our continuing color theory episodes we're doing here on YouTube. I thought we would look at the different combinations that are possible and the different greens that are possible. When you make your own greens, when you combine a yellow and a blue, you get a green. So let's look at the different combinations and see what we came up with. I decided to just go ahead and swatch these out so that you wouldn't have to sit here and watch me swatch them. So with that being said, let's get started. We have lemon yellow, we have nickel azo, we have nickel quinacridone gold, Naples yellow, Indian yellow, quinacridone rust, permanent yellow orange, and yellow ochre. And we're going to be mixing those with phthalo blue, ultramarine blue, indigo, indanthrene blue, and Payne's gray. So if you look here, you have a lemon yellow, which is a cool yellow, and you have a phthalo blue, which is a cool blue. And when you mix those two, you get these vivid greens. When you mix nickel azo, which is a warm yellow, with phthalo blue, then you get a bit softer, more earthy greens. You can push it all the way from a vivid green to a blue green. And this is true of all these combinations. You can take it, if you add more of the yellow, you get a brighter green or a different green. If you add more blue, you get more of a blue green. And you can do that with any combination of yellow and blue. Any two colors, you can do that. You get a range of colors rather than just one color or one combination or two combinations. You can get many if you swatch it out this way. This is nickel quinacridone gold and phthalo blue. This is Naples yellow and phthalo blue. This is a beautiful combination to me. Naples yellow has white in it, so it makes a much softer combination color, and this is perfect for like seascapes, as is this combination, Indian yellow and phthalo blue. Beautiful, beautiful soft greens here. You get the opposite with quinacridone rust, because it's very warm. You get these earthy, dark, forest green colors. With permanent yellow orange, you're back to the softer greens. Beautiful combination of greens here. Phthalo blue makes beautiful greens, and that's why I think so many people have it on their palettes. I don't think many people use phthalo blue straight, but they use it as a mixing color. And this is yellow ochre mixed with phthalo blue. You get a yellower version of a soft green. And if you come down here and you have lemon yellow, which is cool, and ultramarine, which is warm, you get a little bit more muted green or blue green. If you take nickel azo, which is warm, and ultramarine, which is warm, you get a softer, muted, nice greens there. And then when you push it a little bit more to the orange side and you use the quinacridone gold and the ultramarine, which are both warm, you get these kind of earthy greens, which are, really nice landscape colors. Okay. When you mix Indian yellow with ultramarine, you get this kind of muted version of greens and all the way to blues, or blue-greens. And I put quinacridone rust in here just because it's an interesting color to mix with. You can see with the phthalo blue you get the greens, but when you start with the ultramarine you end up pushing it to browns, because the ultramarine and the quinacridone rust are almost complements, which means they're opposites on the color wheel, close complements. And you can see that you get the neutrals this way. You get the browns with just a tiny touch of green in them, but primarily brown. When you mix the permanent yellow orange and the ultramarine, you get these beautiful soft muted greens. This is a very nice combination right here for making grays and gray greens. And yellow ochre also makes some nice grays and gray greens with the ultramarine. Ultramarine is an excellent mixing color. And if you take indigo and you mix, indigo is just a beautiful color. I love indigo. If you mix it with the lemon, you get these beautiful vivid greens all the way down to the dark blue greens. And nickel azo with indigo, you can see you get beautiful combinations here with nickel quinacridone gold or quinacridone gold. Nickel quinacridone gold is an M-gram color, but any quinacridone gold would work. You could also use gamboge in place of the nickel azo if you have that. But if you use the quinacridone gold and the indigo, you can see you get some beautiful combinations here as well. With the Naples yellow, of course, you get a softer version, which is beautiful. With the Indian yellow, you get a greener version, which is really a nice, Indian yellow is a good mixing color too. And of course, with the quinacridone rust, you're going to get a dark, dark green going all the way to brown. And with the permanent yellow orange, you're going to get a brighter version of greens and blue greens. And with the yellow ochre and Naples yellow are both somewhat opaque colors, so you get these very soft, opaque kind of mixtures that are very handy to use, like if you're doing an atmospheric painting or you're doing some shading. They make beautiful shading colors. This is Indanthrone blue. Indanthrene or Indanthrone blue are the same, just different names for the same pigment. This is with lemon yellow. You get these beautiful combinations. With nickel azo, you get the soft combinations again of green all the way to the blue green. And this is a beautiful combination here with the quinacridone gold and the indanthrene. It's a very pretty combination. And with the Naples yellow, you get the same soft, muted colors. When you do Indian yellow with indanthrene, you get these kind of foresty olive greens. And of course, with the quinacridone rust, you're still in that very dark browny green, dark bluey browny green place, this is actually beautiful colors right here. And then with the permanent yellow orange, you're also getting, and permanent yellow orange is a May-Marie blue color. This yellow ochre and quinacridone rust are M-gram. This Indian yellow is M-gram. The Naples yellow is Sennelier. The nickel quinacridone gold is M-gram. The nickel azo, this is actually a Turner color, but you can get it, Daniel Smith makes a great one, and so does M-gram. And the lemon yellow is a Sennelier color. And with the yellow ochre, you can see you also get the muted, soft mixes here. They make a beautiful sky, these two actually. Lemon yellow and Payne's gray, you know, we've got the extreme right here. We've got the darkest pigment versus the lightest pigment. And you can see that you get a mid-range rich green by mixing those. And the nickel azo and the Payne's gray gives you this beautiful earthy greens. Quinacridone gold and Payne's gray gives you a beautiful mid-range green. And of course with the Naples and Payne's gray, you get this soft muted green, which is a beautiful color. And then when you take the Indian yellow and the Payne's gray, they're both strong pigments. You get this strong mid-range green, kind of almost a green gold here. And then with the quinacridone rust, of course, because these are both dark colors, you're going to push to a nice brown, which looks like a lot like a burnt umber to me. Then with the permanent yellow orange and the Payne's gray, you get this very olivey color. And with the yellow ochre and the Payne's gray, you get this soft muted combination. So as you can see, you can pause this video and look at these different combinations and decide which colors you'd like to include on your palette. and just practice mixing these colors and make a color chart so that you know that when you combine yellow ochre and indigo that you're going to get something in this family. And these charts are extremely, I make a lot of charts because they're extremely helpful to me, because I don't have to stop and take the time to fiddle around and figure which color makes the combination I'm looking for, because I already have it in front of me. All I have to do is go back to one of my charts, look it up, and then I know what colors I need to use. And you know, it makes your paintings flow, so you don't have to stop and do that. But at the same time, you know, you don't have to buy 50 pigments just to get every color combination that you possibly need. And here's another combination that I'd like to show you. These are all colors mixed with turquoise by M. Graham. Turquoise is a beautiful mixing color, and as you can see, it makes gorgeous, gorgeous grains. Here it's mixed with lemon yellow. You can see you get very vivid greens. Here it's mixed with nickel azo. You can see you get a nice range of greens. Here it's mixed with the quinacridone gold. You get your earthy greens. With your Naples yellow, you get very soft, kind of oceany colored greens. With the quinacridone rust and the turquoise, you don't get browns, but you get these beautiful greens in here. With the yellow ochre, you also get these really soft, beautiful greens. And with the permanent yellow orange, you get these gorgeous greens. So of all the mixing colors, I truly think that turquoise is my favorite way to mix greens. With that being said, this is another chart I made, and this is lemon yellow and cobalt blue, which was not on our prior chart. But if you look here, you can see the beautiful color combinations you can get by mixing these two colors. So if you have a palette and you only have a choice of 3 primaries, if you chose lemon yellow and cobalt blue, you know, these are the kind of greens you would get. And it would be a beautiful, beautiful color palette just using 3 colors. So, and these I've kind of simulated that if you add Payne's Gray down here, you get what looks like Perylene green. If you mix these, you get what looks like a leaf green, and this looks like a moss green. This is adding white to this color combination, and you can see you can get these beautiful soft. This is reminds me of Verditer blue, and this is mixing with cerulean. So you just beautiful combinations that you can make with greens, and I hope you found this helpful. And if you did, please subscribe, and I will continue to put these videos out and try to help you to understand color theory and to use your colors to their best advantage. And I thank you for joining me.